Hello there. Welcome back to this Let's Play of 100% Orange Juice. Sorry to start the video in media res, but last time we attempted QP Story Episode 2, but we failed to actually beat the stage due to some unfortunate events. So this time we're gonna try to actually do so. We're just gonna skip the story because I went over at the last episode of this Let's Play. So we're just gonna pick our cards. And then we're just gonna go right at it. Now, the deck building portion of the game is pretty interesting because you pick 10 cards, and those 10 cards are contributing to a global deck, as you can see in the middle of the stage, the global deck. So that'll be a total of 40 cards, 10 cards chosen by each player, and there are 8 hyper cards, making the total deck size of 48. Now, there's not much to actually talk about during the early portions of the game. Things usually are quite slow until a few levels happen. And then that's when the game really gets rolling. No, Pete's gonna fight me and has an attack value of 3, so I'm just gonna defend. And as a result, we'll only take 1 damage. A retaliation hit will also deal 1 damage. Let us roll. And let us fight this duck. These ducks, man. This isn't the first time that I got knocked out by a duck. I think it was the duck in our last episode that really messed with our chances of winning. But considering that this happened very early on in this episode, I wouldn't say that it really hurts our chances this time. Although we can lose a lot of advantage if we remain knocked out for a prolonged period of time in these early stages of the game. Now we do revive on this turn, and Mark used the deal 2 damage to a random player, and that random player just happened to be herself, therefore knocking herself out. And also Maripopa used her hybrid card very early on to teleport and steal stars, but in my opinion it would have been better to save it for later. So I think we're just gonna go fight, because we don't reach the our 10-star normal yet. And hopefully we can get a knockout and potentially reach that threshold. Indeed we do! Maripopo actually put a trap card on her home lollipop, which might deter other players from landing on it. But then again, it might also be like a piggy bank trap card, which is probably the only beneficial trap card to land on, because it actually rewards you with stars rather than putting you in combat or hurting you in some way. Now, Maripopo's trap actually backfired on her because Pete landed on it and managed to survive Maripopa's initial attack and retaliated for the knockout. We reached our hand size limit, so we're just gonna get rid of the card we just drew. And this is gonna be a very interesting route of combat, because they both use event cards, and Pete, being combat-oriented character, has the natural advantage. He's already achieved 4 wins so far, and that was by way of beating 2 player characters, because each player character defeat is considered 2 wins instead of 1. Pete used a card that gives him a stock effect that grants double the bonus stars for landing on the yellow bonus panels, but this will only occur once. And we reached our hand size limit again, so we're just gonna get rid of this out of ammo card. Pete has the clear advantage in this game, while I have yet to even reach level 2, but I will do so on this turn. And I also have the option to fight Pete, which I will because he only has 2 health. And perhaps when combined with this hyper card, gives me enough of a power boost to knock him out. Unfortunately, he also got a 5 in defense, so that was no dice. We'll just take our level up and then go for the 30 or more star Norma next. Now I was hoping to KO Pete so that I would be able to go for the 2 or more enemies knocked out Norma immediately afterwards, but unfortunately that wasn't the case. So we will just now Pete only has 1 health left, so this time we will probably knock him out unless he manages to evade this blow. And he does, because I'm terrible at dice rolling. Never bring me to a casino, folks, because I will definitely lose all your money. Now we're just gonna chase Pete, because my bloodfest with him isn't over. And Maripopa used the deal 2 damage to a random unit card and hit herself with it. That's just the risk of using those powerful yet random cards. I'm gonna use Saki's Cookie here to heal 1, and then hopefully fight Pete again. Yep. This time I'm getting you. This is so unfair. And he manages to knock me out in retaliation. Well, I guess I'm just gonna sit here until I revive. That's pretty cool, too. Now, if no one actually actively goes to try and stop Pete, I think we're gonna be in a bit of a pickle. Although, Pete does land on a skip 1 turn trap card, so we're gonna have a little bit of leeway. And Mark has the same idea by using her hyper card to knock Pete out. Mark's hyper card deals damage equal to Mark's current level, but that'll also cost 10 times that level. So in that case, it costed her 30 stars to use it to deal 3 damage. This puts Mark in a very unfavorable position in terms of stars, but he's essentially doing me a favor by putting Pete out of commission for this turn. We're actually gonna fight Mark, even though I said she was very helpful to us. But that's just the way the cookie crumbles sometimes. And the bounty is unfortunately very low because she spent most of her stars on her hyper card. But we'll just have to make do with what we have. Let's see. This is actually our home lollipop, so that was a very lucky warp. So we're just gonna go here, and then stop at home, and then we retrieve the normal of 30 or more stars. And now we're gonna go for the 70 or more stars normal. Maripopo used her hyper card again to teleport to Pete and steal his stars. So now Maripopo is the main threat, although Pete is not that close, not that far behind, I should say. But in the meantime, since we're the only occupant of this side of the board, it'll be wise to stockpile as many stars as possible. Since we won't really have any combat potential, which is both a good and a bad thing. The good part being we won't be able to get hunted down by the other players, and the bad part being we won't be able to do any hunting. But Pete actually used the randomizer card, which shuffles players on the board. We have one of those too, but and it might actually be advantageous for us to use, even if it does cost us 10 stars. These golden star costs are actually worth 10, while for example Usabit's green star cost is only worth 1 star. But I think it's more better to use the here and there card to prevent people from going onto their home lollipop, as opposed to try to randomly shuffle the board. I'm gonna fight this duck, and since he only had 1 health left, we managed to knock it out. Now Mark used the exchange cards in hand card, which I am not a big fan of because it allows other people to use your own hyper card should you be holding it in your hand. And Mark does so in this case because he's anticipating perhaps losing to the castle, but that is not the case. Now actually we got in exchange Pete's hyper card, and this gives us a good opportunity to read the details. During this battle, gate attack and defense, but lose evasion equal to the number of cards in your hand. So at best, usually you get a +2 attack, +2 defense, but if you're say on the charity board, which we are, it can be quite easily to get a +3 attack and +3 defense. Since we don't want to fight the boss, I think we're just gonna go on this drop panel. And we got lucky to only roll a 1, which makes us lose 1 star times 3, the 3 being our current level. Now Mark will have to fight this castle boss, and I expect not look very good for Mark. And Maripopo also chooses to fight this castle boss. Since he used the Usabit card, she'll easily survive. Now you see, through charity, I actually have caught 4 cards in my hand. Now would be the best turn to use the hyper card that I obtained from Pete, if I should get the chance. And then that might associate with a easy boss knockout, but unfortunately I do not get the chance. So since I'll have to end my turn and I'll discard 1 card. I really don't like the gift exchange, so I'll get rid of it. I'm gonna go on the draw panel again because I really want to avoid the boss unless I know for sure I can knock it out. And unfortunately, we just take a long, roundabout way of actually getting to the boss. Now, the boss is at 1 health after the significant amount of damage I did to it. So, now we actively want to land on the boss panel. Because, we can easily deal 1 damage to the boss due to its low evasion value. Now, Pete is actually dominating this game. So, we're gonna try to knock him out. But actually, we land on the boss, so, we're just going to, go for the boss kill. We get it. Very nice. Boss kill is actually worth, 3 wins in terms of, the normal requirement. So if you are going for that norma, then, knocking out the boss can be a very nice boost. I think we're gonna risk landing on this trap. I mean, it's a very it's only a fight this robot sentinel thing. I think we're good unless again we roll a 1. So retaliation attack. We didn't KO it, but the main reason for landing here is to go on this bonus panel. Now, what we really need is to get back to the other side of the map so we can start looping around our home lollipop to cash in the norma. We're gonna use the Saki's cookie to gain 1 health. And then we, luckily, we landed on the purple warp panel, which takes us to the other side of the map. So now we can really get the ball rolling in terms of leveling and catching up. So let's see if we can't make something happen. We land on a lollipop, and now we're gonna go for the 120 normal, which I expect to be able to get to in 1 or 2 turns, should nothing happen. But as I was saying that, Maripopa will use the random spots card, shuffling all the players around the board. Now, Pete actually landed on Mark's assault trap card, and Mark got lucky enough to get an attack value that could knock Pete out. Now, we're not gonna fight this chicken, and we got lucky to get high enough attack value to knock the chicken out. Although, since we're not going for the combat norma, it's less valuable. And you'll notice that since the boss has been taken out, the red enemy tiles have returned to normal. Mark used the deal 2 random damage, and unfortunately I was the victim this time, but I managed to avoid that long enough without taking any damage, so I guess it's only fair. Pete finally revives. I'll have to fight this chicken again. Hopefully I can get the knockout. No, the chicken survives and rolls a very nasty value of 3, so we're gonna have to defend and hopefully roll something more than 1. And we do roll a 1, so rather unfortunate. Though the good news is that Mark hit herself with the deal 2 damage to a random character. That also puts her out of commission. This means that our biggest threat right now in terms of competition is probably Maripopo. We're finally up and going again, and after one more turn of passive star gain, we'll be back to our 120 star threshold, so I think we're in a pretty good position. I'm actually gonna avoid fighting Pete, although he'll probably fight me next turn. The goal here is just to survive. Survive and then try to land on a lollipop. Then I'll be level 6. Actually, I'll be level 5. And then we'll be one level away from victory. Pete does choose to fight me. We're not gonna use any cards, but he does. So defend and take 4 damage. But we're still alive, so that's the important thing. Let's mosey along. Now that we have I have a feeling that was gonna happen. Mark used her hypercard to snipe me, so I'll be out of commission for a while. Good news is it won't be Pete that kills me, or like knocks me out. So he won't be able to get my star bounty. And we quickly revived, so we're very fortunate that happened. I'm gonna have to fight this duck. And we managed to KO that duck, who has a ridiculous bounty, actually. Unfortunately, I am the victim of the 2 random damage again. We really just want to try to land on one of these lollipop panels, if anything. We're gonna try to avoid combat too. I accidentally discarded the card while looking at it, but that's not too big of a deal. It was just the assault card, and I wasn't in a good position to use that anyway. So actually, we're gonna use this nice jingle, which will award us with twice as many stars in the next bonus panel we land on. We finally land on the lollipop, so this puts us on par with Mari Popo in terms of level. But since we have the star advantage, we only have to land on the lollipop one more time, and then it'll be our victory. Although Mark is not very far behind, having nearly 300 stars and only 1 level behind, so she could easily catch up, and Pete could also easily catch up. This is a very close game, actually. Let's look at the board. Mark, and then Mari Popo is the blue lollipop. So Pete is the green lollipop. So what I'm actually gonna do is use this here and there and hopefully shuffle myself onto the other side of the board. I think. Okay. That's good. The shuffle made it so that no one is on the same side of the board their home lollipop is on. So I think we're good. We're not gonna fight Pete, but we're probably gonna fight Pete next turn because we drew our hyper card. I don't know, Mari Popo robbed one of us of stars, but I'm not sure which one it was. And Pete managed to KO Mari Popo. So now I'm gonna fight Pete, and I'm gonna try to KO Pete using his own card. So let's go. Check out 9, and that huge star bounty is ours. Very, very nice. So the only person in a position to stop us now is Mark. Since the other 2 players our auto commission, although Pete just revived. And we landed on the purple warp tile, so which puts us on the same side of the board that our home lollipop is on. If no one stops us in the next 2 or 3 turns, I think we have this victory. And I don't expect this chicken to stop us. Very nice evade value from the chicken, but unfortunately evasion ties result in loss. Alrighty then, let's just go to our home lollipop and cash it. And that is our victory. To be honest with you, this is probably the third recording of this board, because I really don't want to upload the other 2 because they resulted in very poor defeats on my part. So we'll finally get to see the next part of the story. Ta-da! We won! Bobo lost. I lost. Leave the plane right now! Okay, Popo. She obeyed this time. And you, hand my pudding back to me. Now, Popo. You little... Fine, have it your way. No, don't. Why not? Because the rocket will explode. What rocket? Ta-da! Oh my! That's Red Barrel's rocket? That's right. She used that to force me to help her. Popo, that thing is really dangerous. Please give it back. Popo doesn't wanna. Shoot, she ran away again. We won't let you go this time. My rocket, I must get it back. We managed to get a lot of bonuses this time. That totals to about 1375 in terms of currency, and we could easily use that currency to buy some packs. And we can actually buy Yuki, which is the character we encountered in episode 1. So let's do that, and then maybe we'll play as Yuki the next time. But let's just buy some packs. How about alright. We get the nice jingle. Holy Knight. Gift exchange. Dangerous pudding. I'm on fire. Soggy squooky. Dangerous pudding. Assault. Rainbow colored circle. And bad pudding. I think I'll leave at half of my current stars, and perhaps buy something cooler the next time. But yeah, that'll do it for this episode. Next episode I'll do QP episode 3. So until then, this is Castella out.